Okay, that's my truck. It's a '01 Ram 1500, and I'm having problems with the AC system. Not particularly the AC system itself, but the heater system, the climate control AC system. All right, so I started thinking to myself what it could be, yada yada yada. I was reading up online, this, that, and the other. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's the heater core. Oh, it's low freon or whatever. And I know the heater core is good because I just replaced it. Right? And I kept reading. Some guys were saying it's the blend door actuator. What a blend door does is it changes the airflow from either hot to cold. It passes it through a little bitty radiator that's inside the AC system here. Passes it through one of two of them to make it either hot or cold. Okay, and that's the purpose of this little thing right here, that little black thing. That's the blend door actuator. Okay, so I tested it and it's good. I've got continuity. It works just fine. I put 12 volts to it and I tried to move it one way or the other and it moved. Right? And even if it's plugged in and working in the dash and I turn the AC on, I can hear it moving. Alright, so I kept reading. Well, apparently on this truck, the most common thing that happens whenever you lose heat or AC, and it basically 2 years ago during the summer, alright, I had heat at all times. It didn't matter if I turned the AC on or whatever. Alright, it was always blowing hot air, even if I had the blower off. Okay, so I looked into it, I kept reading, and one of the things that came up is that there's a little key, it's like a plastic key looking thing, that sits in that actuator and goes up into the bottom of the blend door. Okay, so I pulled the actuator off and there's 2 bolts and there's a pin that holds it on there. Okay, this right here is your pin. Okay, this over here is your bolt hole. Okay, and there's one more in the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. The little bronze right there, little bronze screw. I didn't even take that one out because that one's almost impossible to get to. So you take the front bolt out, you pull it down past the pin right there, that's that pin, and you pull it down just enough so you can get it out from under the blend door actuator, and that's the blend door right there. That little that little copper looking thing, that's the bottom of the blend door. Okay, so there's a little key that sits between the two of those. It's made of plastic. And apparently, it's a common Dodge problem, as far as I understand. And that's what this is right here. You see it's cracked. Okay. So the bottom right here, that goes into the blend door. It sits just like that. And it goes up underneath the dash. Okay. This part goes to the blend door. Hey dog. This part goes to the blend door. This part here goes to the actuator. Okay. This sits between the two of them. When the actuator turns, this thing turns, which turns the blend door, theoretically. Okay, but if it's cracked like this, you really can't do anything with it. Okay? It's jacked up. So even if I was to go and get a new one just like this, I might end up doing the same. I might end up with the same problem because it's plastic. All right, so I looked online. And there's a company, it's called Heat Treater. Alright, and these guys are really good about what they do. They make parts for these AC systems in these trucks and many other trucks like it. Alright, and they have one of these, and it's made of metal. Okay? And what that does is it prolongs the life of this thing. This little key. Okay? That thing is jacked up. My goodness.